Hi there, Linda Behrens here with just a little chat with you that I would like to have. This morning I was watching an inspiring video from YouTube, and it was about how we are okay, how we are, and things will be okay. And certainly in uncertain times, it's hard to believe that things are okay. But one of the things that reminded me of was, well, two things. One was when I was in grad school and back in my master's degree, what was a book came out that was very popular. It was called "I'm Okay and You're Okay," and it was about a methodology to and a framework to look at our different ego states: child, parent, adult. So it had a lot of utility, but the whole thought about feeling okay. Um, it struck me that one of the things that we find very useful with personality type differences and with our work at Inner Strength is that a lot of us are not feeling okay on many, many levels, and it doesn't have anything to do with how things in the world may not be okay at the moment. So that not feeling okay makes it very important for us to learn how to feel okay. And one of those ways of feeling okay is to be seen. And that's really something I learned several years ago in a course I took, an intensive called the Integral Incubator. And we were supposed to incubate some ideas and come up with sort of had a business perspective. But we did a lot of interaction and a lot of looking at um, how to really see someone else and how to have someone see us. And one of the most fundamental things of life is that we need to be seen. We need to feel seen. And also we need to see. And we also need to hear and to be heard. So being seen is one of those things that's really important, and being seen for who we are at our core, and what gifts we bring. And perhaps even the vulnerability of seeing our foibles and seeing someone else's vulnerabilities and their foibles. So, one of the things that occurred to me then was that personality type, different lenses of how we are alike and how we are different, can help us really see. So if you're having a conflict with somebody and you're having a conversation, I know I certainly have some of those conflicts. And and maybe it occurs to you that that person isn't seeing you, or maybe it occurs to you that that other person is not being seen. And so in order to be seen, sometimes we amp the volume up and we talk louder and to be heard and to be truly heard. So we wind up doing this, butting heads and, well, I'm right and you're wrong. And, you know, on this authority, whether it's science or religion or some authoritative person, I know I'm right. But do you stop to think, are you really seeing the other person? And one of the ways, again, as I said, is to have in mind a framework, and a framework of ways that, talents you have, ways that are of behaving in the world, that are habitual and that are natural to you, that actually bring a great, great gift to, to the world in some way. So having that language, whether it's essential motivators, here are my core psychological needs, um, those it's perfectly legitimate for me to seek getting those needs met. Uh, Here are my talents that go with those, or whether it's interaction styles, and here's the way I tend to go about getting things done and my approach. And it might be different from yours, or even a little deeper into cognitive dynamics. And this is how I think about things. So the first step is to see yourself and to see how you are thinking about things as a way of thinking about things, a way of interaction. a particular set of talents that you want to uh, energize and that you feel most energized when you're using. And then as you become more aware of that, you can start to recognize what your perspective is. And then you can realize that other person may be coming from a different place. Now, it doesn't all come from our personality perspectives. It may come from our culture, um, our life experiences, this that we are different about. But if you can recognize, start to recognize that this is me and I see you, and then begin to ask of that person what they're seeing. What are you seeing? What is your perspective? Let me truly hear you. Be curious about that. So, working with personality differences and helping people learn about those differences and how to facilitate the self discovery process can help you do that. And at the basic, at first, this is who I am. And isn't that great? Or it may be, oh, this is who I am. And I've always known that. So what's new? But oh, I didn't know you were different from me. I didn't really recognize some of those positive ways that you're different. So when you are in a situation where you're feeling uh, in conflict with someone else, the first question is, what are my perspectives? What are the things I'm thinking about? And then what are their perspectives? What are their perspectives? What are they looking for? And what are they needing? And to be curious about that. Conversations about our individual differences gives us a way to see each other. And so it helps if you're in an organization or in a family, in a friendship, if you have lenses. So part of our goal here is that we would like the whole world to have these lenses, not as labels, but as ways of seeing, as a lens to help see and filter out the static of the conflict. And then to feel and that it's okay and that you can honor those differences. And as we've conducted over the past 4 years, our on certification programs in these lenses, we wind up people coming who aren't really so interested in facilitating, they're interested in going deep. And in the online sessions, we have this opportunity to really think about the differences and to see those differences in our conversations. And then to feel a sense of community that comes out of that. So I would like to see this spread everywhere, just to recognize that I'm okay, you're okay, and together, maybe we can make it okay. Thank you for joining me.